Hey guys, it's Mr. Decker here once again, and we are still working our way through the Code.org Unit 2 on web development, and we are looking at Lesson 5, Mini Project HTML Web Page. To begin this one, we have a series of review activities, and following that, we'll jump right into making our first HTML web page. Well, our first mini project HTML web page anyway. All right, let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? Okay. Paragraphs. Bubble A. Using paragraph tags, we've gone over this in previous lessons, but that's what reviews are for, right? The paragraph tags or paragraph start and end tags are placed around text to indicate that it's part of a paragraph. Placing text between paragraphs lets the computer know that it should be treated differently, often just spacing it out from other text. So we're going to use paragraph tags to separate the content into different paragraphs. So right now we have, turn the inspector tool on. We have animals native to the Americas and then this giant wall of text, right? So let's fix that by turning each of these paragraphs into a paragraph. And as we do this, we should see it updating automatically, and we are so far over in our website preview. So let's go ahead and knock all this out. All right. And once we have all these start and end paragraph tags wrapping around, oh, that doesn't have a period, so I'm adding a period. I don't know if I erased that or if it just wasn't there. Okay, there we go. Let's finish there and head over to the next review. B, debugging paragraph tags. Okay. So on this one, we're fixing the code so that none of the tags turn pink. All right. Oh, interesting. So immediately on line 5, we have pink code. And it's because they started this paragraph tag with an end paragraph. Let's start it with a paragraph, end it with an end paragraph. And then they've done the same thing here. So let's just fix both of these real quick. Make sure there's no errors now. That looks good. All right, let's move on to C, debugging the missing paragraph. All right, find and fix the problems that are causing the bugs. There's a paragraph missing. What's missing? Okay, we've got pink code down here. Let's turn the inspector tool on. Oh, why aren't things highlighting? That's strange. Is it so confused that it can't even highlight? Let me refresh my page and see. Yeah, it's so confused it can't even highlight anything. That's wild. Okay, so let's dig through the workspace here. On line 6, we have fun family activities. It's an H1 tag. That's correct. Let's zoom down here to where we have this pink code. Oh, right here immediately, line 18, they put a period instead of a greater than symbol. So let's fix that. And then they forgot their greater than symbol at the end of the end paragraph tag. And then why do we have a problem down there? The H2 tag looks okay. Start paragraph, end paragraph. What's wrong with this thing? Why do we have pink code on line 21? Start body, end body. Start HTML, end HTML. Let's pause. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I may have found the issue. So we have the start ordered list here on line 10, and I've not been able to find an end ordered list, and it should be right after Azul right here. So let's see if that fixes it. It did. Excellent. Woohoo! All right. Let's move on to the next one. Excuse me. Let's look at debugging headings. All right. Oh, okay. This one's pretty straightforward. Let's fix all the pink errors and adjust the heading tags to be of the appropriate size if necessary. So this one, they put an H3 at the end accidentally. We'll change that to H1. Ballet, let's change this to H2. Refresh and save. And then B-boy dancing, let's change this to H2 as well. Oh, maybe these should be H3 to follow the pattern. So let's change these to H3 then. All right, that works. Okay, let's finish and continue. E, add larger heading. Okay, add a larger heading at the top of the page. Okay. So let's make an H1 tag. Into that H1 tag, and then inside of that, we will put our heading. What do we want to put there? The ocean has lots of different animals: dolphins, coral, orca whales. Just call this ocean animals. That sounds good to me. Finish. And then let's debug an ordered list. Find and fix the problems that are causing the bugs. Oh, what in the mess? Okay. So on this one, it looks like we have several issues. This should be an OL, and this should, oh goodness, what a mess this is. This should be OL, and then everything inside of here should be a list tag. So now we just get to go through and change all of these to list tags. So I'll try to be quick about that. I'm just highlighting these with my mouse and changing all of these OLs to LIs for list items, because you only need to tell the computer you're making an ordered list once, not over and over and over again. You then do need to tell the computer that you are, oh goodness, turning each of these items into list tags. Otherwise, it won't know that they should be part of your ordered list. There we go. That looks good. 10 most popular dog names this year. Finish. And haikus, line breaks. I believe that's the BR tag. Yeah, okay. In some situations, like a poem or list, you'll want to start a new line inside the same paragraph, like you might do in poetry. You can use the line break tag for this. Okay. All right. So start paragraph on line 7, end paragraph on line 11. Let's just add a break tag to each of these lines then. There we go. Now my poem looks great. Scrolling through my phone, the internet connects us for better or worse. Indeed. For better or worse, indeed. All right, let's finish. And now it's going to put us onto bubble 2, where we're going to start building our web page. I have made some notes for the web page I'm going to make, so I can try to speed through this a little faster than I otherwise would if I were having to think of things as I was making the website. So that can help, similar to making an outline when you're writing an essay for an ELA class. Making an outline for your website having those ideas already there on paper, having a project plan really helps. All right. So under do this, we're going to add HTML to make the page you sketched for your chosen user in your project guide. Remember, you need to have at least 3 different heading sizes, at least 3 paragraph tags, and at least 3 lists. So let's go ahead and build this out. It says, don't forget to make good use of white space and indentation, as well as making comments throughout your page to make your code more readable. All right. Let me just practice a comment tag, because I think it looks like this, and then you make the comment, right? And then it's dash dash greater than, yeah, okay. And then when you do that correctly, your comment won't show up on the actual website. It's just for you. All right, so that's just practice. So let's go ahead and throw our H1 tag up here. I am making a list of my favorite video games, favorite books, and favorite movies. And we'll call this Mr. Decker's Favorites. End H1. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a comment here. Paragraph describing site. And then dash dash, close that. So we'll put a paragraph tag here. And you actually need 3 headers, 3 paragraphs, and 3 lists. So this will satisfy the first paragraph. Here are lists of my favorite video games, favorite movies, and favorite books in no particular order. I hope this list inspires you to engage with the content. And we will, all right, in that paragraph tag. And then our first thing, we'll do favorite video games. Oops. Whoa. Oh, I see my problem. Let's do an H3 tag here. I forgot to do any HTML. So that wouldn't have been good. It would have been very unstructured on my website. All right, favorite video games, and then we'll do an unordered list here. Or sorry, we'll do a paragraph first. Here is a list of my favorite games ever. There we go. And then let's get some white space in here. So we'll get that comment, paragraph, and then let's make our unordered list. Oops. And we'll start adding our list items. So for this list, we'll do Baldur's Gate 3. And we will do Super Mario World. Oops. Gotta be a list tag. I keep forgetting. And then finally, our third one, we will list Chrono Trigger. All right. And then our end unordered list tag. All right. And then we'll space down a couple times. Let's put a horizontal line here. Jazz it up a little. And then we need an H3 tag to make it uniform. And this is going to be favorite books. And H3. And we need a paragraph. List of my favorite books ever. And paragraph. And then let's make our list of books. And this will be an unordered list as well. So first list item here, let's do Catcher in the Rye in that list tag. We'll also do Hail Mary. And I'm listing some books from different genres here. Catcher in the Rye is kind of like a coming of age story. Hail Mary is a science fiction book. And then Ready Player One is also a science fiction book that deals with video games and a big video game competition in a virtual reality world in a far-flung future where things are looking pretty bleak for people. Let's do another page break here, or horizontal line. And then let's make our final section of our website, which is going to be our 3 favorite movies. And our 3 favorite movies, H3 tag, let's see, H3, favorite movies, and H3. So it's looking pretty good so far, nice and uniform. We're trying to meet those rubric requirements, and I need 3 different heading sizes, so I might need to come up with a new heading somewhere. We'll think about it. Favorite movies, and then we'll need a paragraph here. Here is a list of my favorite movies ever. I'm noticing that I forgot the exclamation point there. Let's just fix that real fast. All right, and then in that paragraph tag, enter down twice to create some space. And now let's make our unordered list for our favorite movies. And for favorite movies, let's go with October Sky. It's a great movie about Homer Hickam growing up in Southern Appalachia, like I did. I grew up in Southern Appalachia, and being very interested in everything happening outside of Appalachia. In particular, he was very interested in rocketry, Werner von Braun, and everything that was going on in the space race at that time. The race for space, man. It was a big deal back in the day. And then our next movie is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So while that's not just one movie, it's 3. And I actually prefer the extended editions, if you care. And it's like 11 and a half hours worth of film. Oh, it's so good. So good. If you haven't watched them, you need to watch them. You need to read the books. Just be a nerd like me. And go for it. And then Before Sunrise, such a great little romantic film about 2 people meeting each other for the first time in a foreign country and just falling in love, as it happens. All right, so I've got 2 different sizes of headings. I need one more to meet the rubric requirements. I'd also like to throw in some more comments. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this comment tag and use it here. Right after each line break. And I'm just I control C that after highlighting it. Now I'm control Ving it. And then the next job, obviously these are not each paragraphs describing the site. I'm just going to put video games here. I'm going to put books and movies. And this would have been the comment tags would have been more helpful had I not made an outline for the website as a project plan prior. Because I did, they weren't as necessary, but we're going for meeting this rubric. All right, one more heading. Let's go down here to the bottom, and I'm going to make an H. Let's do H4 down here. And let's say, I hope you check out each item from each of the lists, or at least feel like you could tackle one item from one of the lists. Once you have, I'd love to talk to you about it. Be very conversational with this website here. Or web page, sorry. All right, very good. And I actually want to put an HR tag here as well to separate that out from the favorite movies section. All right, cool. Let's make sure. We've got 3 different heading sizes. So I'll turn my inspector tool on. We've got an H1. We've got 3 H3s. And then an H4 down here. 3 paragraph tags. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. And then at least 3 lists. And we do have 3 unordered lists. Very good. And then in addition, right, we had the using white space. Let's do that better here. Actually, just making better white space. And I think that looks pretty consistent. Still going with it. Yeah. Good use of white space, good use of comments. Makes the code a lot more readable when you type it out this way instead of all like jumbled together. So let's finish there. And then on this bubble, it actually just wants you to review the page, checking to make sure the page has everything that your user would want. So to do this, you need to make sure that all the content is there, check that all the HTML tags structure the content correctly, and then make sure that your code is organized, readable, free of bugs. We've got no pink code, everything's showing up correctly. I'm satisfied with it. So we can end this video right here. Once you have created your web page and you're happy with it, you've met all of the rubric requirements, click finish here and you're all set. All right, I hope you enjoyed your time with me. I know that I enjoyed making this video. See you next time.